asked to talk about disposition of teachers. The first question was about what dispositions do I have that I think would make me a good teacher. And I came up with just a couple. I think that I am very empathetic and try to use sympathy in dealing with certain situations. Let's see, where'd it go? In regards to the situations, you want to approach everything with an open mind, as much of an open mind as possible. You don't really want any of your preconceptions or really your predispositions to influence the way that you might handle certain situations, because really acting in the wrong way or saying the wrong thing to somebody might solicit unwanted reactions, and that would be bad, and you would just make the situations worse. And I feel like having an open mind and everything like that helps de-escalate the situation. I also think that I'm very big picture oriented. I don't think that, getting a question wrong on a homework assignment should ruin somebody's grade or chances of graduation. So I don't think that being confronted with a question about grading or anything like that would really... I guess I would use empathy and sympathy in the fact that I would almost always side with the student, just because it's just a grade, and really the implications of getting a good grade are much more beneficial than it would be to give the bad grade on because an assignment was late, even though it might have been done correctly or something like that. Should be fine just because it was late or it was bad. Well, bad work would be a different story. If it was done and it was fine and it was just a little late, or they had something come up, you have to be flexible. And I think that being big picture oriented helps you realize what things are small factors and what things might be big factors. Let's see. I also feel that I can be motivational at times, but I think that having an emotional investment in what I'm doing is a big factor in being able to motivate students. Let's see. It really goes back to my sports background. I was a swimmer for about 15 years, and you don't really go to high school and you don't really go to practice at 4:30 in the morning because you like to. For me, you might go to practice when you first start because it's fun, but really it becomes almost an addiction psychologically, and there's an emotional investment in that. I know my coaches are there at 4:30 and my teammates are there at 4:30, and they're all there in part to support me. My coach really is sacrificing his whole morning so that I'm able to succeed, and I think that the coach in this situation could be the equivalent of the teacher, in that we're sacrificing, or the teacher is sacrificing their time and effort in planning all these lessons and things like that, and if we're not there or being disrespectful or not even paying attention in class or anything like that, then it's really being disrespectful to the teacher, and you can't really have that emotional relationship without the foundational respect of that level. So I think those would be my ones that I've got. One that I'd have to work on, I'm not very socially outgoing, so one scenario that really popped into my head was not being courageous, I guess would be the word, enough to approach some student that might be having trouble, or I might notice that might need some help, and It really would just be a missed opportunity in that I'm just not the one to approach somebody. I'm really of the mindset that if somebody needs help, then they would ask for it. And as a teacher, I need to know that that's not always the case, and I need to work on that. The question: what a teacher should look like. I put on a polo for this video. It's my swimming polo that I got from Grand Canyon, and I've got my hair. It's somewhat done. I don't think that I would be wearing my earrings in class just because it's a jewelry issue. I might forget to take them out, but then they're real easy to remove. Really, it's just a form of separation. It's a demand of respect. Dressing less casual, more formal than most students, or certainly, hopefully, all of them. They would act in a professional manner. That would be really the only word that I would use to describe how a teacher would act. Professional would be the epitome of being a teacher. Let's see, the impact that a teacher's dispositions might have. Like I said, if you let your dispositions and your predispositions dictate your behavior, especially in confrontational situations or problem-solving situations, then that can lead to accusations of bias and prejudice. And it's really just, if you don't let that stuff get to you in the first place, then it shouldn't even get to that level. I mean, you say the wrong thing, and I know that I can't think of an example as a teacher that said the wrong thing. I've had good teachers over the years, I guess. But we've all got somebody that says something to us at one point in our lives that really sticks to us, and you don't want to be remembered for saying something that impacts an adolescent in a negative way, because really it could have life-changing effects, and you don't want those effects to be negative. And really that would be on you for betraying the trust that the student might have in you, breaking the standards for ethical behavior in a classroom, giving bad advice, stuff like that. It's just bad ideas. And so I think I answered all the questions. I'll be uploading this to YouTube, and I will post it in LabCloud. Thank you so much.